I'm actually bored, so I'm just gonna come back. They're not ready to go yet, as far as I can tell, although it's been an extra 2-3 minutes. It's been an extra 4. So I got these things from a Korean store called H Mart. And I had them in Korea. And what's really cool about Korea is that these convenience stores, like 7-Eleven and stuff, they actually had not microwaves, but warmer stuff, like ovens, basically, I suppose, where they would warm coffee that's like tiny like this, so you can grab and go and have like warm cappuccino without actually like having to wait for it to be made. Anyway, this straw is just wonders of technology. Okay, first of all, this is, I think, is a very like East Asian thing to do, is to just let you poke at the, oh no, I dropped everywhere. You poke into the little cover instead of like entirely remove the cover. It's a little bit cleaner, or supposed to be. And this straw, right? Like, oh, I can't push it. Oh, I can't push it back in. Like, first it starts off really tiny. Oh no, I think I broke it. And then it has like, you know, this thing. It starts off like super tiny, but then you're like, what? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! And then you poke it. Boop. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. This is like so common. Just smarter ways to have products. Okay? I try to find examples all the time because people are always like, what do you mean they're smarter? And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. Just like everything makes more sense. America does really stupid shit. Or like, they don't do stupid shit, but they don't think ahead, you know? They're not thinking ahead to the future and what you can do with like straw technology, I swear. This tastes pretty good. I'm glad. Costs $1. And it's cold. So, I think it's very soothing. I feel like it's been more than 6 minutes for sure. I feel like it's been around 8. Am I wrong? I think it's been like 7.5 minutes. The one sucky thing about this is that despite how small it is, a lot of calories. This is a drinking stream now. But not in the way that everyone hopes. Oh, are they ready? Denver, say go, go. Go, go. Oh, thank God. Okay. Galactic Process will be the first map in this specific best of 3. France leads 1-0 in the overall best of 5. And now we're going to see an old fan favorite brought back. As I said, he's been streaming, and just in general, I think there's a point of like, you know, sure, someone hasn't played StarCraft in 10 years, they're probably going to come back and not be super great, but for a lot of these pro gamers, all it takes is a good week of practice to come back to a certain point to feel comfortable again, and then depending on the player, you know, so much more after that. Some players take, you know, a month to get back to their old form, some players think it happens even quicker than that, some players slower, but I feel like they have this very, much higher, you know, starting off point than everyone else who comes back to StarCraft after a long time. So it's not very surprising to see Xenocider in GM. He also, I think, just does like StarCraft in a casual manner, so that's always cool. But also, I would not be surprised if he takes a game here. But I don't know if he should take all 2 games to win. I don't know about that. I'm gonna give this to the to France yet again. DNS did end up winning as I predicted, but only after losing the first game, so we'll see what happens. It's a brand new best of 3 and a best of 5. That's how it works. In the bottom left for Team France, he is Denver. And the top right as the Red Terran. I mean, look at this guy. He is for Team USA. It's Xenocider. He got his clan tag with USA. 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 Amazing stuff. It's okay stuff, I guess. I think the straw that I was showing you guys is more amazing, to be honest. America really is 30 years behind in straw technology. So for, like, you know, I guess because we're watching pretty normal openers here. No multiple racks coming out, no cheesiness, just the CC, and then there's the hatchery over here. Odd place for the spawning pool, though. That's really weird. Anyway, a lot of people, like, when people start thinking, like, weird thoughts, like shower thoughts, for instance, the first response is, like, are you high? Which is funny enough. But since I've never done drugs, don't do drugs, kids. I've always just been like, oh, are you super tired? Because that's what would happen at, like, sleepovers when you don't let each other sleep, is that it'd be, like, 4 in the morning, and you would have really stupid thoughts and be amazed at really stupid things. And people just don't, you know, they don't recognize that enough. Sometimes people aren't high, they're just really super tired. And bored. I was also bored, and I think the straw technology being showcased here on the stream today is amazing. So, yeah. TSR is going to be going for the Björn build. It does look like. That is a very nice starting build for anyone, Terran-wise. Like, if you're looking for a build that can get you a little bit of aggressiveness, then definitely go into a macro game and something that is a definite learning point, it's this build, in my opinion. It's what the old 3cc used to be. You could teach that to anyone, and they could learn how to macro with it, they could learn how to be they could learn against how to defend against all-ins with it. It was a good build to teach. This is a good build to teach to someone who is new to the game or hasn't been in the game for some time. They're like, hey, what are Terrans doing versus Zerg nowadays that isn't too cheesy? So don't give me like a 3-rack Reaper build, because I don't want to do that. That would be the 2nd racks quick 21 supply and then factory starport, double drop of 16 Marines. That's the build to go for. That's the build to learn for surezies. So that's what Xeno goes for. He gets a scout with a Reaper, eventually dies, as it is supposed to, but it's scouted enough to know that he's not in immediate danger, and that's always the main concern. Now, beyond that, it is a little bit questionable if the Zerg player is going to be going for Mutilating Bling or for Roach Ravager. And as it is, you know, an American, it's a European, it's generally the case that Europeans do have their own style and whatnot, of course, but it's generally the Roach one. A lot more people are experimenting, I think, with Baneling Muta again, all over the world, in every single region. For Americans, it always seems like we very specifically tried to copy Koreans, which is, you know, or North American in general, I suppose, not just like USA, which is certainly not a bad thing to do, but, you know, obviously it doesn't have quite the same practice environment as Koreans do, whereas Europeans always just kind of like, I don't know, they always feel like they're doing their own thing. But this isn't Mutilating Bling, this is a Baneling all-in. So I was waiting to see how many Lings he made, and he does just make Lings beyond that Baneling nest, so no saturation on the 3rd base. This is a tricky little build, because for everything Xenocider scouted, he thinks, okay, he's not going to all-in me, but bam, hey, what's that? That's Banelings, what's up? Kills our supply depots, and ideally catches this build while the drop is away. So it almost did. The SCV got a little bit advance notice, and because of that, the SCVs survived, and that's a huge deal. Denver, at the very least, wanted to entirely demolish the natural SCV line. Instead, he uses his Banelings on what is, in the end, not very important things, and is, I think, in a very bad position right now. He's not the first player I've seen do this, and he's certainly not, you know, we've seen great players do it. I mean, up to the tip-top Korean Zergs try and do that same aggressive maneuver against the same build that Xenocider did, and I've never been very convinced to the timing of it. I kind of see the idea, and I definitely can see people messing up the control, like dropping right on top of the Lings and really messing up. But so far, the Terrans have been able to come back and calmly deal with it. Maybe they lose the SCVs, maybe not, but they usually recover. And the power of multiple medevacs and Stim Marines is still powerful enough to return the damage. So Creep's gonna get cleaned up. Queen goes down. There's not a lot of queens to begin with. Okay, 4 aren't on the front lines. But no Banelings have been remade. Just Lings here. Scan goes down to see what he's working with. The focus fire on the medevac's gotta go down there. Now goes down. But only after Lings have been stutter-stepped to death. And Xenocider is looking quite strong. All the rest of the Lings are going down. Only 4 Banelings are in production. This could be easily target fired. Queen's are going down too. And Denver, I think he just lost. Oh, the Banelings, the Banelings, the Banelings. Oh my god. Okay, he gets him. But that's it, man. I really, like, you know, keep in mind, behind us, he's producing. He saved all his SCVs. He's building a 3rd command center. About to have combat shields, too, so Ling's really not going to be able to do very much against these Marines. And the Medevac's Vargas running out of energy, and that's the one hope here for Denver. He has lost drones. He's lost so many Lings. He's lost a lot of momentum, a bit of creep spread as well through the middle of the map. And while Xenocider didn't have the perfect follow-up macro-wise, it was still pretty damn good. The 3rd base is done. The SCVs are transferred. The production is on its way, and the upgrades have started. So I guess it's one area that Denver is okay with right now. So the upgrades are a little bit faster. But Xenocider realizes there's a chance to continue aggression here. And as long as he has that medevac superiority, there's no reason not to be somewhat aggressive, as long as you can always pick up and leave. And he's going to try and really pile on the pressure by even boosting over these medevacs full of the Marines. The Roach transition, by the way, I didn't really talk about this, but Denver did get that Roachborn and is trying to get Roach speed now. Is very odd. So to open up with a Ling Baneling attack into Ling upgrades, but then Roaches... Certainly not the first time we see Roach Ravager with melee upgrades, right? This is definitely a thing. But just the order of things and the damage that Denver took means that I think this transition is just not going to work out that well for him. Especially because he doesn't have Ravagers quite yet. But Xenocider doesn't have quite the army to take that on. He's starting to get tanks. His upgrades have to finish as well. And that might be where Denver has the time to make Ravagers, to make Infestors, to get Fungals. And Roach Ravager Fungal can buy you a hell of a lot of time and take really good engagements to get you to Ultralisk. Bit of Liberator harassment coming out here too. Do you see this commonly from Bjorn? You know, stop medevac production for a little bit, especially if you're saving your medevacs anyway. You don't need a bajillion medevacs that quickly. And just use them for harassment initially, and then later on as the main fighting force. Now, I actually, specifically because Denver still hasn't gotten Ravagers, the Liberators as part of the main fighting force would not be bad at all. But now I do have Denver making those. Ravagers. But creep spread has been basically cleaned up, and I know that Denver's been remaking queens, but I guess he's also been losing them, so still only 1 queen per base. Not a lot of creep spread to be seen here. Just now getting that restart to the left side. Main attack to the front is going to meet a couple of Roaches. The tanks aren't unloaded, and they gotta boost away from the Corrosive Bile. I think he was trying to get this Liberator, not drop, excuse me, and Liberator plus drop going before he paid attention to his army. So now everything is set up and ready to go. He will push forward and be a little more aware of not losing his tanks. Liberator, unfortunately, going to get taken down eventually by this Queen. Meta drop on the main base, though, really doesn't have a lot to be dealt with here. A couple Lings were left, but being very, very useless. So 9 drones go down. 4th base is going to go down. Ooh, that's much, much bigger. And Liberator, yeah, it could help. It could die. I don't know. It's going to do something. But that 4th base went down, and that is huge. More drones go down to the main base, too. 15 drones in total. Xenocider has his 4th on the way. He has, unfortunately, yet again, I think, delayed his upgrades as he is doing a million things at once. So that should have been definitely 2-2 started already. Probably a situation where he did start, you know, with enough minerals for one, but not the other. That happens quite commonly. But he has a very good fighting force. About 30 army supply up. Tanks still haven't really been used. Now they are. And Denver is, again, without creep spread for a long time, without fungals. Now has them, however. Scans ahead and sees the fungals. And now it's just about, like, okay, be careful not to get fungal, but also think about focus firing the infestors as the engagements happen. Fortunately, one medevac is going to be forfeits, as Xenocider just ran right over that army. Oh, that's a good chunk of Marines right there, I tell you what. But that's... Oh, no, that's not a good split. Oh, Denver, that's not a very good split at all. Oh, these infestors are not covered. Oh my god, the focus... Oh my god, if you just ran forward with Marauders, those will be dead. Captain Brocard, thanks for the 14-month resub. Whoopsie daisy. Bye-bye drop. But bye-bye 4th base. So despite Xenocider, you know, here and there messing up micro and macro and whatnot, he still has a superior stance in this game. The Hive is done, and Ultras could be on the way. Actually, investing into Adrenal Glands first. He does have a good number of Lings, so maybe not the worst idea. But Xenocider recognizes this, already is preparing for the Ultralisk, because Ghost Academy has double star ports. Wasn't anticipating this big of a run by, it looks like. So unfortunately, a lot of Marauders are going to get surrounded by the Lings, but not doing a terrible job cleaning this up anyway. Tanks help out too, and this was not enough to catch Xenocider off guard. Main force happens to move in. Didn't pick up his tanks, but rather moved them, which is a little silly to see, but... Same result at the end. Xenocider takes the first game and looks pretty damn convincing, to be honest. That was, you know, obviously not Bjorn that we saw earlier today, and I don't think Xenocider's prepared to take up that mantle, but that was the same idea as Bjorn, and the execution was, like, what do you want to say, like 80% there? Like, that was a good showcasing for Xenocider in one of the first tournaments, one of our show matches that he's really coming back into. Definitely on top of, you know, the current meta, definitely on top of his micro, and just his macro slipping a little bit. Thanks to, who was that? Who was that? Ryogan for the 6-month resub. Maybe I gotta sneeze. Maybe I don't gotta sneeze. It's questionable. And I'm good, I think. Oh my god, it like reached my eye or something. What the hell? Oh, that was weird. That felt so weird. It was like a sneeze went to my eyes and my eye itched. Ooh, the next map's gonna be Dasan Station. Oh, wonder who got to choose that. I'm gonna guess the Terran. So I kind of take back my original guess that who was gonna win this best of 3. Denver, you know, that was kind of a hard map to really say, like, oh, obviously Xenocider's better on, because he did go for that Baneling attack early on that just didn't work straight up, and that can sometimes happen with all-ins. But Dasan Station, that's questionable. Guys, I'm really sad. This cup is actually surprisingly heavy, so I thought there's more matcha latte, and there's not. Womp womp. Anyway. Here we are, game number 2 of this specific best of 3 in the line of best of 5 for the overall country war, I guess we're gonna call it, because it's not a clan war. Let's swap that around, let's get that up, and let's move the cat away from the important cables. You dumbass cat. Get out, get out. Shoot. Swear to God, stupid animals. In the middle, bottom rightish, whatever. Bottom rightish, it is the blue Zerg Denver. And in the top leftish position, it is the red Terran Xenocider. Thank you to Real Hero for the new sub. BaseTC. Thank you so much. I had a couple of new subs earlier today. I think my appeal about the replays was quite appealing. Because it was an appeal, it was appealing. Makes sense to a lot of people. But yeah, if you missed the announcement earlier today, We do try and give out any replays that we are allowed to. So, for instance, you know, I think sometimes like the DreamHack doesn't let us do it because they're going to release their own replays, and you know, the Elima League does their own replay releases, so we don't do that. But when it comes to either agreements with the people that host the matches, like this one, or we do our own stuff, like Ting Season 2, we release the replays. Now, we waited until the end of Ting Season 2, so no competitor would have a bit of a advantage if they were subbed to us. And it's over now. It'll finish earlier today with Björn taking... Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have spoiled it in case someone was waiting for the rewatch, but... Ah, well, you guys are screwed. It was only 2 hours ago, so that's going to be my excuse. I guess 3 hours ago at this point. But anyways, with the victor being crowned... earlier today, those replays will be released soon as I can get the round of 8 to Rifkin. Anywho, how is this game shaping up? We did have Xenocider go for nothing cheesy again here, even though Dazzling Station can have, you know, it can also be a map for 3-back super just because of the proximity to their base, but Denver got these Lings being annoying, not the biggest deal, but he does have a Roach Warren. So these Lings are a big deal in the sense that they're trying to stop...
is under attack.
Excuse me, stop the Reaper from catching sight of that Roach Warren. And in that job, they did absolutely fantastic. They also got the supply depot burning, so it was a little bit scary for Xenocider for a second. But, you know, soon enough, he's going to be like, hey, shouldn't those have speed? What's up with that? And soon enough, he'll clear this up, and the Reaper, well, unfortunately, it won't get the sight, the scout on the Roach Warren. It probably will see the roaches, like, what, around here? And it'll be like, oh shit, and try and run away. Because grenades can be very helpful, really. And you do want to save that Reaper. Oh god, unfortunately Denver just one-shots it because the Overlord saw it. But now Xenocider knows. He's going to instantly start building Marauders from his second barracks that does have a tech lab. Just consistently produce Marines from here. He's going to go ahead and kind of swap his build up a little bit and get a faster tech lab on his factory so he can get the tank as quick as possible. And unfortunately, this won't be accompanied by a medevac, and that's really where the tank drop is basically overpowered in its defenses. SCV, you had high hopes. I don't know what you're trying to do. But it's all about this bunker holding for now. It does finish, but can't really be repaired that quickly, so instantly goes down. Seachank is on the way, and Xenocider would definitely be better off just pulling away from the main engagements until that tank pops out, and then maybe pulling the SCVs into the attack. But a Marauder pops out all lonesome. Oh, he's so lonely, guys. No. No. That tank's also going to pop out soon, and it's going to unfortunately be on the wrong side of those SCVs. It can't be repaired. It can't be protected. The SCVs are trying to form a line, and the rest of the army is trying to do what it can, even target firing too, and that's working out quite well, I gotta say. Pull away from the corrosive bile. The reinforcements are very, very slow, literally slow lings across the map, and that's not too scary for Xenocider, who instantly places down that supply depot. A little bit of a supply block, because you saw that supply depot get called down, but I think Xenocider has got the defense. Losing 11 SCVs this early on is quite a blow, but only if Denver had his own drone count higher. As it is, even worker count definitely favors the Terran once he can start dropping those mules consistently. He's also got tech on his side. Even though the starport was delayed a little bit, it is on its way now, and Stim will be done. In fact, combat shields might even be able to line up with the medevacs now, when usually it does not. Thanks to Woolly Smash for the 24-month resub. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, combat shield's on the way, and medevacs, yeah, I think they'll time out, because you gotta actually make the medevacs, and you got to go a little bit across the map with them, so those are going to be stronger than your average initial push. You do have slow lings made across the map on the backside. You SCV were supposed to see that. You dumb SCV. Okay, did. Good SCV then. You did good, son. But those do turn into speedlings. It was a little bit scary on the timing, because he, you know, could only get his wall up so quickly, because he needed minerals to do that. But medevacs are now on the way. Seachank repositions to the back, and honestly, he could probably keep the Seachank back here and focus all of his aggression on the front. so that he doesn't have to worry about defending the front with like a bunker or a siege tank. But Denver looks like he's gonna go for another all-in Roach Baneling style this time. Maybe if he could afford a third base, he would get the gold and just transfer whatever workers he could to it, but still not be at a very high drone count. Really can't afford that though. I'm gonna go middle of the road, in fact. Some drones, some lings, Baneling Nest is on the way, so... I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna still go for the all-in. No third base is quite quite bad for Zerg to try and macro with. Well, he gets the third. Back here, actually, not the gold. Okay, alright. So it is going to be an attempt at a macro game. I guess not feeling very comfortable with just Roach Ravager Fastling. I'm not really sure how helpful the banelings could be, but ooh, that's cool. That's super cool. If the... Oh my god. Just, actually, I think it'd be worth unburrowing them and rolling in. Yeah, I think you should have unburrowed those. Well, lost opportunity. And now the army is just going to stim forward. It's not the biggest army we've ever seen, but it does have combat shields and stim. And of course, those medevacs helping out with quite a bit of energy. Overlord's rally is got to be fixed. Finds the third base, and it's going to be a cancel. That's going to be a cancel. Goes ahead and cancels. Kills the drone. And unfortunately, these burrowed banelings are not going to help. Xenocider could even possibly reinforce via more medevac drops. So while I love the idea, it's not working. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, I guess he was really afraid of a counterattack back here. Well, either keep the bunker or keep the tank, but not both. And I think he'll have a big enough army to take on the main army, the main engagement of Denver over here. But for now, it is just these two drops that aren't really doing a whole lot. But canceling a third is a pretty big deal, considering how much Denver already put into the initial attack. Ooh, I really want to see these Baneling bombs do something. I mean, oh, the overlords could be bait. I don't think that was going to be intentional, but they could be. He wants to bait it so bad, but even if he does... Okay. Well, I mean, even if he does, he has to actually detonate them, but even if he did detonate them, that's not that big of an army. That's not like 20 Marines going down. That's, what, 9? 8? Oh, this is so annoying. There's no drones over here yet, and the rocks are broken down. Oh, go, whoopsie daisy. But when drones try and go over there, that's going to be a very annoying pressure spot. As seen right here and now. And the main base is also compromised. Going to go for the drones over there. The queen should go down too. Upgrades on the way now for Xenocider. That was definitely missing. He's going to have 1-1 soon enough and be ahead in those upgrades. Denver only stopped really on the +1 carapace. Oh, no, but losing a medevac? Oh, no, that was only one Corsair Bile. Never mind. Third CC is on location now. We still have these Baneling bombs to consider at every single point. But Xenocider, I think his drops aren't doing so much. So maybe it is time to just consolidate his tank count, his bio, his upgrades, and do a front push. Yes, he'll probably lose a lot to the Banelings, but it'll still be a strong push, I think. Fourth base on the way back here, which I think is smarter considering he did break down those rocks, so protect 2 bases with almost 1 stone. Thanks to Prince Morganti for the 27-month resub and Huluvu SC for the 30-month resub. Big resubs coming in here. Saves the medevac and saves a couple of the units. You got everything going on here. Liberator's now on the natural. Medevac, empty medevac? Oh. Medevac's gonna help now. In the main base... And at some point, the main attack's going to happen towards the front, too, and that's going to be quite scary. Liberator unable to take care of the queen, but this Liberator has been taking care of the mining for quite some time. Not enough Corsair Biles, needs 1 more. Oh god, needs 1 more. It's going to get like 4 drones? No, not even. Mess up the attack in the extractor, but oh no! There we go. There, finally, those burrowed Banelings come into effect, and they were pretty damn good. They got like all of the Marines that were with that push. Saves the tanks. and does have a wall to try and fall back to, and still more tanks beyond that too. So that's always going to be a scary engagement for Denver to take. I'm not really sure he should be taking it. He is going to lose his 4th base, it looks like. The tanks weren't sieged, but they still soak up a lot of the baneling shots and could still be microed, but actually not microed in time. Only 1 tank left over, but only 2 Ravagers left over. So hey, still in favor of Xenocider for sure. Upgrades are about to just get so ahead for Xenocider. The base does go down. This drop is going to get maybe cleaned up, but his main push still is much stronger than Denver's. Another pair of banelings. Gets even a couple of Marauders there. There's that funny instant scan afterwards. It's usually not even helpful, but you just can't help but do it. Larva dying. This drop still... What the flip-flop? Oh my god, the AI! Because their rocks were broken down. Oh my god, let's watch this. Let's go for it. You go. Go, mules, go! Go, mules, go! He's gonna revive Vision! Oh my god, those mules are gonna live! They lived! They're good! They're going for the gold, literally! They're like the Olympics! Are they gonna survive? I don't even care as the engagement going down. They're gonna return the minerals! Oh, come on. Okay, well the main engagement went down and it went really well for Xenocider. The end. But that actually is the 2-0 for Xenocider, so wow, coming back quite strong into some competition here, and we'll take 1 point for Team USA in this best of 5. Let's update that score. As we learned last time, there will be an extended break between the best of 3s. Who is coming up next? Third match will be Uzakoti versus Panda Bear Me. And Australian European server. Great! So, look forward to that. That'll be the next best of 3 and this best of 5 between the underdogs from France and USA. We're going to go to an ad break that's a little longer than normal because I am solo casting and I'm a little bit tired. So see you guys in like, what, 5 days?